So as you know, the US beat Paraguay 2-1 on Saturday to stretch their unbeaten run to 4 games. There was a little brawl that broke out in second half stoppages. But here's what Mauricio Pochettino had to say speaking about that game.
Play the Gold Cup is not important. No, it's important. No, it's not important. No, it's important. But the problem was the mindset that we already changed here. And until there, how you are going to perform? If you come here and you want holidays, if you come here and say, no, I don't want to put the legs because if I get injured and then I not play in my team. Yeah, but how now we are going to win games? How we are going to convince the people to support us? How we are going to improve in our game? How we are going to put our standard high? That is the problem. Question that were in the past. We need to analyze, the reality, not the things that are, things that are reality. And then, okay, we can talk in this way. But come on, it's about the trust, it's a confidence. When we are right here, we are not amateur. And all the coaches like Costa Rica, like Mexico, that they were suffering, how they were suffering, they are professional. Why don't work? Why doesn't work? Because of the coach out. But sometimes it's not the coach. Okay, but it's the easy thing is to blame the coach. No, the coach. No, the coach. Hey, what is going on in behind the scene? No? Mike?
It was BS, the word they beeped out, in case you were wondering. Probably got that. What do you think? What do you think of what he said there, Kasey?
Yeah, I don't mind what he said. But in the end, particularly on the national team side of things, it's really difficult to change the players because you have what you have. It's a lot easier to change the manager and hope that he can get the best out of the players. But take that aside. We spent a lot of time talking about the first 8-9 months under Pochettino. And he couldn't get a reaction from that team. He couldn't figure out how to get results. I'm not sure Uruguay is the marquee result if it happens tomorrow night, but a good performance and a result tomorrow night just continues this momentum.
That is one of the tougher opponents, though,
100%,
Uruguay, to face in this cycle. Would it be?
Well, they made a ton of changes against Mexico. And it was like, oh, here's one of our last opportunities to look at players. I'll be interested to see if Bielsa puts out a side that looks like Uruguay and doesn't look like a squad that he's trying to figure out 18 through 23 come the summer.
If it is a decent squad for Uruguay, would that be a measure of progress to see how they do against them?
Well, I think there's been progress from the United States.
100%,
I think,
100%.
And there's been an improvement. And I'm not quite sure whether I'd go as far as to say that there's been a change in the mindset and that somehow that was brought upon by Mauricio Pochettino, although it's something that he has stressed in every press conference that he has had. The culture, the mindset, this, that, and the other. It seems to be a topic of conversation that surrounds all of his national team call-ups, and so it has to become a talking point because he wants it to become a talking point. The reason, and while I appreciate what Mauricio Pochettino is saying, the reason that in this country anyways, we're looking at the coach and saying the coach, it's because the coach, in this case Mauricio Pochettino, was the highlight of this men's national team when he was deemed to be or designated to be the guy taking over. And because there is a ton of money that went invested into Mauricio Pochettino. And because of all the teams that he has coached around the world, and he comes with this resume, then he becomes a guy that most people in this country are looking at and say, that guy is going to get us to whatever that next level is. And when that wasn't happening, the natural reaction was, well, we thought this was the guy. What? And all of our players, or most of our players that start in this team are playing in big teams in Europe or are playing consistently in Europe. How come we're not getting the best out of these guys? And so it comes with the territory, and he should know this better than anybody else, given the fact that he has coached the teams that he has coached in his career. that it's going to come down to the performances on the field, the results on the field, and if those things don't match the expectations, then the coach is always going to get the attention and the blame.
Well, and Alejandro, they overspent for a manager to get results against teams we don't get results against. But when he came in, we were losing to teams that we always got results against. So not only it was the double. It wasn't the fact that you weren't able. You got paid a bunch of money to come in and beat like the Dutch in the second round of a World Cup. You were now losing to the Panamas. To, that was not supposed to be the case. You were supposed to take us to the next level, not actually lose to teams that we always beat before.
So the weird thing about Pochettino's statements there, and I take everybody's points about the US progressing, and they have. And Pochettino has to take the credit for that, and quite clearly he
Has.
he feels the same. But in one sentence, he says, me coming into the US as coach, I've changed the culture, I've changed the mentality, I've changed everything about the team. But if we look at other teams, when they lose, we shouldn't blame the coach. So is the coach responsible? So it's almost as though he's taking credit for successes and good results when they come, but if bad results come, that's not the coach's,
Shaka,
coach's responsibility.
Coaches win and players lose.
Well,
you know this. It's been like this across all time.
He somehow managed to do that in one statement. Don't wait till the next win or the next game. He does that in the same exact statement on the back of one question. Now, again, I take everybody's point. The US continues to progress really nicely, especially what we've seen over the last couple of windows. Building into the World Cup, you couldn't ask for a better time to be peaking. I know we're still, 7 months away or whatever it is, but we've only got one more window in March to go. So you're hitting the heights at just the right time. Ride that, and hopefully that takes you through. But again, a lot of these statements I just find a little confusing.
One more question, Kasey.
Yes.
Does Gio start tomorrow?
I don't know, because I don't know exactly what the thought process is. Is it, let's keep going, or is it that there's so few windows to see somebody else? I would love to see a level of consistency, and that's the one thing we have not seen from Pochettino, is any sort of consistency whatsoever. We've also seen a lot of clubs get angry at the U.S. because when he has tried to play a player 2 matches in a row, then the club comes down on him. It's different in qualifying, I guess. Oh, you're playing qualifying game. Of course, you got to play your consistent side. But in friendlies, I guess for some reason, when you only have a handful of games, the national team manager isn't allowed to play his players.
He's not getting minutes. I'm watching Gladbach. So
yeah, that to me, you would think Gladbach would be thinking, great, keep building that fitness, keep building that form.
Well, Gladbach are in no position to get upset if he plays a second game. He said, well, if you're so concerned about me, then play me.
Yeah, exactly.
I think, in my opinion, I think he should play.
Agreed.